Mamas. Welcome back to the podcast, to the Moms. We are your hosts, Kathy and Amaris. How is everyone doing today? How has your
Hey
week been?
guys. Oh my God. So very quickly, everyone
Yeah.
was sick in my house. So
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night, like literally 5:30, Thane starts vomiting. And then he recuperated by Friday night. And then Friday night, like in the middle of the night, Abraham starts getting sick,
It was like a
recuperates.
domino
It was
effect.
a domino effect. He got better by Saturday afternoon. He was like better. And then Sunday morning, Cirilla starts vomiting, but by Sunday night, she was perfectly fine. I beat the stomach virus, y'all.
You
I
did.
beat it.
Dude, and like how fitting. Like we were supposed to see you guys on Saturday. Like
Yeah.
why? Why does the universe do that to us?
Mhm.
Just why?
I was like, this
Like
is
really?
ridiculous. After I just sounded like my daughter, ridiculous. But I was like, wow, like we were all looking forward to like hanging out. Your aunt is back, so it would have
I
been a perfect time.
know.
And then of course, we all get sick, and I'm just like, see, at first we didn't think it was a stomach virus, which is why Friday
Right.
we were like, yeah, no, it's fine. But
Yeah.
then we like Googled it, and we're like, wait a minute, no, like he's actually still contagious, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's the viral cold. So
Right.
we think Thane got both the stomach virus and a cold
Yeah.
because just a couple of days before vomiting, he was having a runny nose. So that's why I thought, I was like, no, it's like, it's viral, like it's fine, just pass.
Yeah.
But we were like kind of thinking of everything. We're like, you know what? No, like I think he got both.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Poor guy. And I
Yeah.
made you the coffee syrups. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna make because I supposedly they only last like 2 weeks in the fridge. I gotta
Right.
research that.
Right. I mean, just use it for yourself.
But I already have, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to my
So-
neighbor.
I was just going to say that. I'm sure your neighbor would like want it.
All right.
You know, just be like, hey, I made extra. Figured you would want it.
Yeah,
You know.
I'll do that. Okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, so we thought we've never done an episode like this before, and we thought it was fitting because Amaris has dealt with sick kids like multiple times.
Yeah.
So when she brought up this idea earlier, I as soon as she said it, I was like, wait, no, I'm like a really bad mom because I don't know. But then I remember like Grayson has only been sick 3 times, and you said, what did you say? You were like, it comes with experience.
It comes with experience,
and
y'all.
You're so right. So I'm excited to learn from you. We're basically giving you guys tips and remedies, things that we do to help our kids when they're sick, when they're about to get sick, and you know what we do to keep them healthy. So
yeah.
I hope
Well,
this is
I don't do much to keep them healthy because I feel like even if they're the healthiest, if they come in contact with someone who's contagious, forget about it.
That is true, yeah.
So like he got the stomach bug. Well, first off, when I had called him out on Thursday, the school nurse called me like hours later, and she dead ass told me, you're not bringing him to school tomorrow if he is not 100% himself, because the stomach bug is going around. We have kids constantly sick. So if he's not 100%, he's not going back to school. And I was just like, okay, problems. I was just like, forget about it. I'm not going to send him to school because the next day was Valentine's Day, and I got Valentine's Day cards for both classes. Could you imagine? Happy Valentine's Day. Here's a stomach bug.
Oh my God.
You know, so I was like, Abraham, even if he's better, I'm not sending him in. I'm like, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
My son is vocal stimming as he's on his tablet.
He's so cute.
So if you hear that, that's just my son very happy. And then that's my daughter.
Yeah, my daughter.
Monkey C, Monkey D. Oh my God, speaking of daughter, real quick, I love when people are commenting about Teresa from The Real Housewife and the way they spell daughters.
My daughters. It is funny.
It's hilarious. Okay, so no, my daughter was looking at me like she wanted to say something.
Oh, okay.
Are you good? Oh, I don't know if she said yes or no, but she's physically fine. So anyways, so I don't do much to prevent them. I mean, I give them a multivitamin, and they generally do eat healthy. So I just feel like a good diet kind of does help. And all they really drink is water. So
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if they come in contact with something, they come in
You
contact
can't,
with something.
yeah, you really can't prevent that.
Yeah.
We do vitamins too. We do this one brand called Haya. I don't think I'm gonna do it again because it's very expensive, but they are good. Like it, we do the probiotic, which helps keep him regular. The multivitamin, and then a nighttime one that has, it doesn't have melatonin. It has like L-theanine and magnesium.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
know if it really helps, but he has been sleeping better.
That's good.
But Grayson has been doing this thing where he'll fill up a cup of water, and I've mentioned this to you before, and he'll just like put everything in it. So like he'll put his food, he'll put his vitamin, and then it pisses me off because sometimes like he doesn't end up taking the vitamin. It just like dissolves in the water, and then he doesn't even finish drinking the water. So like, what do I do?
Right. What do
Is
you
it just
do?
my kid that does this? Like, why is he doing?
No, I think it's like every kid. They have their own unique way of like doing something strange, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
they're
so now this is
strange.
wasteful.
Yes, so wasteful. I heard that.
You heard her?
Yeah. They
Diabolical.
think everything is like a science experiment to them.
Yeah. They'll be like, no, it's okay. Can you add more? I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. So, like, for instance, one of my tips is getting some sort of a child electrolyte.
Ooh.
You good, kid? So
like
the brand,
what
so
do you do?
I like the brand's Liquid IV. They have a cotton candy flavor. Honestly, it's really good.
You can give that to kids?
Yeah, because it's kids liquid
Oh.
IV, and it's cotton candy flavor or like crisp apple flavor.
I need
It's
to
pretty
get
good.
that.
Get it.
Grayson hasn't been drinking a ton of water. Like I'm always like, here, water, water, water. I don't know what's going on. He used to drink water all the time, but he doesn't even drink juice or anything. So I'm like, how are you peeing all the time, but you're
That's
not?
fine though.
I know, but
it's fine as long, and that's another tip I have. As long as they have like wet diapers and they're going to the bathroom wet, tears and sweat, they're fine. So even if you don't think they're drinking enough water while they're sick, as long as they have those things, they're fine.
That's like the number one thing that pediatricians have always told us. Like as long as he has a wet diaper. I took him for his wellness visit. When was that? Last week, I think it was.
Yeah.
No shots, thankfully.
Oh, good.
Because I was worried about that, and also like Blue couldn't come with me because he had a work meeting, so I just took Grayson. Literally 2-minute drive from the house. Like how nice is that?
Oh wow, that's good.
So close. It's like a town over. And I was expressing to the pediatrician, which by the way, I really like her. I mentioned to you guys that I was nervous about meeting his new pediatrician. She's really nice. She's young, she's hip, like she gets it. She's really
love that.
Cool. Yeah,
love that.
She's really nice. And yeah, she even like let him watch. She was like, "What do you want to watch?" Like so we can like go through the questions like quicker and stuff.
Oh, nice.
She was like, "You want to watch Blippi? Here, let's put Blippi." She made it fun.
Yeah.
But I was telling her how I was stressed out because Grayson has been so picky. He doesn't want to eat. Like there's days he just skips breakfast. And at this point he doesn't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm lucky if he eats 2 meals a day with like snacks. And she was basically like, if he has regular poops every day, you're good.
Well, that's
She's
good.
like, that's all I care about. And she was like, as long as like you're introducing to him like a variety of foods. If he eats, let's say, she was explaining how her son one day ate like a carton of berries, right? But then the next couple days he didn't want berries. She was like, that's fine because he already had his servings for that whole week. So she was like, look at it that way, like for the week. So yeah, so he's been doing like a little bit better, but it's still very, very stressful.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But yeah, that was like the number one thing that she mentioned, the diapers.
That's good. I know I mentioned this to you, but I don't think I mentioned it ever on the podcast.
Yeah.
The last wellness appointment I had for Cirilla, I kind of mentioned the same thing. I was like, I don't think she's really eating that much. And she was like, she can have 2 or 3 bites of a quality meal.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me? She's like, yep. As long as it's quality and not junk and not trashy junk food, she's fine. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I don't like that answer. Do I try to get her to eat a little bit more? I do. But I just see, she takes a little bit of bite. I'm like, okay. And like the doctor, like your doctor said, my doctor said the same thing. As long as they're peeing and pooping, I
that's
don't
all that
care.
matters. Yeah, she was telling me, she was like, my son lately, I don't know how old he is. She was like, he just wants to eat Chick-fil-A lately. And she was like, guess what I'm feeding him today? Chick-fil-A, because that's what he wants to eat. And I'm not,
Yeah.
if that's what he's eating, like what am I
You
gonna
can't
do? Not,
complain.
you can't complain. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
lately, Grayson's thing, which I'm so thankful, he's been loving this fried rice from Trader Joe's that has all the vegetables, and I've been calling
Mm-hmm.
it rainbow rice, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it. So girl, I've been giving it that like almost every single night.
That's fine.
And
That's
he
fine.
he asks for it. Like the
Oh,
other
okay.
yesterday I didn't give it to him, and he was like, "Where's my rainbow rice? Rainbow rice." So I'm like, "Whatever. Like you can have that every single night. It has all the vegetables. It has
Yeah.
everything. It has so and then I put an egg in there for protein,
That's
and
smart.
it's great. That's a balanced meal right there.
That is, because you got the
So,
protein, the carbs, the veggies. You got
mhm.
you got it all.
Yeah.
Next on my tip,
Mhm.
sleep in a chilly room. Because if you want to keep that fever down, you want to keep the
You always
room
told me that.
chilly.
Yeah.
And it helps. There was one time, it sounded like he had croup.
Mhm.
And I couldn't leave him by himself, like in the middle of the night. So it was raining outside. It was
Yeah.
cold. I cracked open the window and I was getting not only the cold air, but the cold mist too.
Mhm.
So, and I also had him like propped up. So when I had called the doctor telling them what to do, they said, "Oh, that was very smart. That was probably the best thing you could have done is getting that cold air, cold mist inside the house."
Yeah.
So keeping them cool. Don't dress them. I know, like I used to dress staying up in long sleeves and pants. That's the
Yeah.
worst thing you can do. Like I could not get his fever to break for days, and I kept calling the doctor. They're like, "Well, how do you have him dressed?" And I was, "You have to go potty." It, Your dad's here. Open the door. Back of this room is crazy. So this is my
You're
throw up
fine.
room. I I know it's everyone doesn't have the luxury to have like a sick room, but my podcast room is also the toy
Mhm.
storage where everyone goes when they're sick because it's the
Mhm.
coldest room in the house
Mhm.
and it's still a mess.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's still a mess. Okay.
But that's a really
So
good tip.
yeah, do not have those kids in long sleeve shirts and pants. Like the nurse was
Mhm.
like, "Well, how do you expect his fever to break if you
That
keep
makes sense.
having
Yeah.
him in like heavy clothing? Like he needs to be in light clothing, diaper and a shirt, or if just a diaper." And I was like,
Mhm.
I had no idea that's what light clothing meant. I thought it meant like the thickness of it.
Yeah.
You
We like
know?
already do that on a regular basis because Grayson just
That's
doesn't
good.
like to wear clothes to bed.
Right.
So regardless, he's like always in a diaper for bed.
That's good. That's good. Cause shoot. It was very sad. Like, oh my God, that was
I'm
like the first time
sure.
he got sick too. And at one point, he's just like this and down.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, I
Ugh.
can't. Like, this is insane. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It breaks my
now I
heart.
know. Yeah. Can we quickly talk about them when they're
Yeah.
sick? Like, I hate seeing them sick. It's so
I
sad.
Yeah, or not even it doesn't even have to be sickness, just any kind of discomfort.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
you feel that pain. Like
Yeah.
the other day, I think this was like last week probably. Actually, this might be TMI, but whatever. We're talking about kids and they're
Mm-hmm.
gross. So Grayson was constipated
Mm.
like all day, and I felt so bad. And then at
Yeah.
nighttime when it was time for bed, he was just struggling, but he was so tired.
Yeah.
Girl, I felt that pain. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was so hard to see him like that. Like I wanted to cry so bad. He ended up falling asleep, and then he woke up an hour later,
Mm-hmm.
pooped,
Oh, good.
thankfully, and he felt so
Yeah.
much. Like you could see the relief in his face, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Mama, I did it." And I'm like, "Yes, baby, you did it." But yeah, just little things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
seeing your kid in discomfort is like the worst.
Yeah, and especially you're like I can't help you.
Yeah.
Or when you do help and then they don't work, it's like you're just gonna have to let this ride through,
My God, girl.
you know?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the stomach virus. Like there's nothing that can help besides staying hydrated, having the bucket next to you, and getting it out.
Yeah. That's
Like
how I
there's
felt when
nothing.
Grayson had hand foot mouth.
Right. You just gotta
Oh my
write it
God.
out.
And I cried with him. Like that was just, I'm so traumatized from that. That
Oh,
was
I'm
so
sure.
hard. That
I'm
was so hard
sure.
to see.
This stomach bug that Thane recently had, that was the hardest. Like because and I
Really?
think because it started at 5:30 at night, it
Hmm.
was every 30 minutes he
Oh,
kept vomiting. And there was one point it was like 11:30 at night and he's tired. At this point he's like, I'm trying to
yeah.
sleep. I'm so sick. He had full day school and speech.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time he
It was a
came
long
home, it
day.
was just a long day for him.
Yeah.
He did this loud like screech and you could just tell it was just like I'm like
Oh my
sick of this, and
God.
I felt so bad. And I think by then I was like, I think that was like his ninth or 10th vomit. So I quickly made that that not Pedialyte liquid IV kids drink, and I was like, take us a couple of sips. I kid you not, he took a couple of sips
Mhm.
and he felt better. And we had like 2 hours of a good stretch to sleep. But then I had woken up to use the bathroom. He saw I
Mhm.
wasn't here, grabbed his water, drank so much, and a couple of minutes later, he threw up everything.
Oh,
So that's like another tip. Sip the water, sip the electrolyte drink, because if you're chugging that, your stomach can't process that.
yeah.
So it's just gonna
That makes
come back
sense.
out.
I gotta
So
buy some of that stuff.
it's so good. Sometimes I'll even have it for myself.
Hmm.
It's so good. I love it. I love it, love it,
I
love
don't
it.
know how you manage to say so. Maybe because you've gone through it multiple times with your kids being sick, but
Mm-hmm.
I like if that were me, I'd be crying the whole. I'm just
Oh
so
no.
weak when
Yeah,
it
no.
comes to Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will literally cry.
The next day, because it was like it literally was the hardest. The next day was what, Thursday? And I came out of bed and I was like, Abraham, that was like the worst. I would have much rather breastfed two twin infants
Wow.
throughout the night than
Hmm.
have to go through that. And it wasn't the vomiting part. It was
No,
just the
right.
constant like waking up, and every time he would cough, like I would wake up, try to get him
Yeah.
like prompts. There was a point where he was sleeping and like vomiting at the same time. He kind of went limp, and I'm like trying to hold his body up while laying
Oh,
down, hold
that's
his
so
body up,
scary.
hold the bucket, and like
Hmm.
get it in. He like moved his head down and it went all over my thigh, all over the bed, and I was just like,
I don't know how you didn't get sick.
oh, I don't know how I didn't get sick. I
Like,
was
can we
near
talk about
them
that? Like, you did not get
both.
sick.
I did not get sick, but Abraham got it the worst. And
Yeah.
I'm the my only thing is another tip. You have to wash your hands constantly. So, with the vomit bucket that I have is actually a plastic Easter basket.
Hmm.
So I like triple it with trash bags that are for the bathroom. So
Hmm.
after every vomit, I would like put it in,
Oh, that's
tie it,
smart.
put it in the
That's
trash,
smart.
wash my hands with hot water.
Life hack.
That life hack, save those plastic Easter buckets because they work perfect. I keep that bucket in the car. I
Hmm.
have it as like our trash,
Mm.
or if they're going to vomit, it already has a trash bag inside,
Yeah.
and I can just put it in there and vomit. That has happened once where things like my tummy hurts, and I'll be like, and I have not missed.
That is so
And
smart. We should actually
yeah,
do an episode of like mom hacks.
yeah,
That's good to add to
that
the
yeah.
list.
So I don't know how I got sick, but the one thing I've learned with stomach bugs, you
Hmm.
have to sanitize. Every day you have to clean, because a stomach, from what my understanding is, the stomach virus,
Hmm.
it only dies when Clorox is like
That's
wiped
crazy. That
down.
sounds exhausting.
It's so exhausting. So if they vomit on the floor, you better clean that up ASAP.
Oh my
If
God.
they got vomit on their shirt, you better take that shirt off, because you don't want that virus to spread
Yeah.
around. I
Yeah.
remember 2 years ago, and 2 years ago to this date, that we got the stomach, Fane, Cyrilla, and I, we got the stomach virus in February, and then we got to get it in March. And I'm like, but I cleaned my house, but I was cleaning my house with vinegar.
Mm,
And I
yeah.
come to find out, I think like a year later or something,
You gotta use
you
the
gotta
heavy
use
stuff. Yeah.
Clorox.
Yeah.
You gotta use that, because like
Hmm.
from my understanding, Vicks, it's only disinfectant if you leave it on the surface for 30 minutes. Who actually does that?
Yeah,
You know what I
nobody. Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
No
No, no,
one. No
no.
one's leaving that for 30 minutes. So last year, best believe I was cleaning this house with Clorox, and we had a good winter. We
Mm-hmm.
really did have a
Mm-hmm.
good winter. This year, he got infected because his teacher had it first. So he probably was around whoever gave it to the teacher. It's also going around school. When I
That's
dropped him off
crazy.
at the school bus, I told her, I was like, yeah, we have the stomach bug. They said, oh, yeah, we had 3 out of the bus last week. So I'm like,
Wow.
okay. So my son was bound to like get it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have Clorox. I'm sorry. I don't make the
Another tip,
rules.
guys. Yeah.
Another tip, I don't make the rules. Oh my goodness. All right. I already said the bucket. So just have those. And you could also use that bucket for like your dirty, like snot tissues. And then when it's full,
Mm.
tie it
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
put it in a
yeah.
drop. So
Smart.
less contamination. Less because shoot,
Yeah. Shoo.
ain't
Shoo
nobody
wee.
trying to get sick. I also kept your aunt made us a tea that was made with ginger, cinnamon, and like other stuff, but I think the ginger and cinnamon really did wonders. I did
Yeah.
that for 3 days straight. I
Oh,
was
good.
not playing games.
Yeah.
And I think it did something because like the first drink I had, I felt like it almost like cleared up my throat and my stomach because there was a night where I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get it. But that night I had taken Gas X because I had gas
Mm-hmm.
and then seltzer, lime
Mm-hmm.
seltzer.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up feeling fine, but then I had the tea again and I just felt like the hot tea, the ginger, the
Yeah,
cinnamon
ginger is
truly was
very medicinal. It does
ginger it up.
wonders. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger it up.
Ginger it up. But yeah, I think between all that, um really helped. But I also wasn't staying hydrated, and I truly
Mm.
feel dehydrated. Like my skin feels
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
dehydrated. Everything inside of me felt dehydrated, but I really was keeping it to seltzer and
Mm-hmm.
that tea and soup. Like I
That's good.
really just the whole combination.
Yeah. That's good, girl.
Mhm. Sure.
Well, like I said, I mean, I don't have much experience.
Mhm.
The last time Grayson was sick was around October. It was when he had that really
Yeah.
bad cough. Him
Mhm.
and Blue were sick. And a couple of things that I was doing, I had him sleeping with a humidifier that helps tons, just having
Mhm.
that moisture in the air, especially because it gets really dry up here with the
Yeah.
heat on, especially.
Mhm.
So we do that. I swear by um elderberry drops. We get the
Oh,
Mary
okay.
Ruths, and that's supposed to be really good for immunity. We try to juice a lot as well. So
Okay.
again, going back to the ginger, we do a lot of ginger, we do a lot of citrus. Right now it's
Mhm.
citrus season.
Yeah.
So it's like the best time for you guys to stock up on oranges, lemons, all the things to help with immunity. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do ginger and like lemon or lime shots.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Mhm.
Um, we also do raw honey on a regular basis because raw
Nice.
honey is very good for allergies. It's
Mhm.
inflammatory, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
inflammatory. It's good for your immune system. It has so many good benefits. So we like to do honey. I'll just put like a tiny bit in a cup and I'll give it to him every single day.
Okay.
And then we like the what's that brand? Beekeepers.
Oh
It's like
yeah, I have that
yeah, the
too.
little spray. It's
That's
like the
good.
propolis spray.
Mhm.
We do that every day. Us and Grayson.
Mhm.
And that really helps build immunity. Think what else? I mean that's pretty much it. We've done like Pedialyte popsicles.
Mhm.
We did that when he had the hand foot mouth because he couldn't eat anything
Yeah.
because he had the sores in his mouth.
Mhm.
So we just kept them hydrated with those. Um, for like cough, we really like Zarbee's, that
Okay.
brand, because it's purely honey
Yeah.
and I think agave and like herbs. So we do
Mhm.
the AM and PM. That works really well. Actually, that even worked for me when I
Oh,
was recently
nice.
sick. I really, really like that. Um, What else? The Frida baby eucalyptus drops in the
Okay,
bath.
that's really good.
I actually have to stock up on that. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Steam showers.
Yep.
Those are always good, especially when they're babies.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a stuffy baby, just do it.
turn on
Yes.
go in the bathroom, turn that baby on, make a steam bathroom
It's
with the
the
drops.
best.
Girl, it's amazing for them.
I think you were the one who told me about it when Grayson was a baby because he had COVID.
Yeah.
And that really, really helped him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is pretty much it. The only other thing I wrote down here, for if they're having like a lot of snot,
Mm-hmm.
I love the electric nose sucker.
Oh yeah, yeah, those are good. Those are really good. You want to get the snot out.
Yeah, and sometimes like Grayson will do it himself.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and like it's the other tools, like when he was a baby, the little balloon thingy or like the Frida baby thing. He was scared of those. He did not like getting his nose touched for whatever reason, but the electrical one, for whatever reason, it works.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I have.
Good.
On my list, because again, I don't have a lot of experience.
Right. No, that's all good. Going back to the steam room, what brand is it? Is it Oogie Boogie or like Boogie Wipes? I forget, but it's like Boogie something. They have Boogie Wipes that it has moisture. That's really good. They also have this other thing where it's kind of like, I don't want to say a nebulizer.
We have it, but
he doesn't like it.
No. Maybe now that he's older, maybe he'll like it. But when he was younger, yeah.
He didn't like it. Mm-hmm. See, because that's like amazing. Like my kids, their nose will get raw. Yeah. So like afterwards, I would have to put like that Vaseline around there. But those Boogie Wipes are really good. And that same brand, I think it's called like a nebulizer. So it provides like that cool mist and you put the whole mask on. Cirilla loves that. She'll be like, really? I need air. She'll be like, my nose is dry, I need air. And I'm like, so okay, funny. So like
she's such a diva, like such a little princess.
She's like, I can do it myself. And she's there. Cirilla gets nosebleeds when it's too hot. So like I have she's good with the spray. Okay. I recently saw a TikTok that said that using a saline spray prevents you from getting sick. So anytime you like leave your house and when you come back, the first thing you should do is obviously wash your hands, but use that spray and like obviously blow your nose. Okay. And that like takes out all the dirt. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds like it's legit. Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
So I love using that on the kids. I don't do that because I recently found that out. But anytime they are sick and I hear they're congested, I'm like, all right, no. And like it does help. It helps them clear everything out.
Good to know.
There's chewable tablets. So my kids will not do liquid, but they will do the chewable tablets.
The chewable tablets for what?
For like Tylenol and like Motrin.
They have chewable tablets? They have Get chewable. The fuck out of here.
Yes, girl. If Grayson doesn't do liquid, try the chewable tablets. They love that. Anytime I'm like, guys, you have a fever.
No one told me about this.
That? Well, I had no idea until I think my friend told me. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I've been putting it in popsicle form. And she was like, why don't you get chewable tablets? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, they have it at Target. When I tell you, when she told me that, I best believe I went to Target pickup and I picked that up. So now when Cirilla is sick, I was like, you need medicine. She's like, can I have the bubblegum one? And I think the bubblegum one is like Tylenol. And I'm like, yeah. Sure, you can have that. She's like, there was one time when I had to take her to her urgent care recently. They gave her liquid. And I was like, oh, we do chewable tablets at home. Do you guys have that? They're like, oh my God, yeah. And I was like, poor Fee. So the moment the nurse gave it to her,
I'm shook right now.
Yeah. Get it, girl.
No, get it, girl. Because you don't understand how shook. Like when he had the hand, foot, mouth. Granted, this was like when he was really young. Yeah. Anytime I would try to give him the liquid, he would like throw up. Yeah. So what I would do, I had to get the one that goes in the butt. Oh, you know how painful that was?
I'm sure.
I did not know that they had true. Okay, I'm adding that
Yeah.
to the list because you just
Yeah.
never know.
You just never know. I also like making homemade popsicles with pineapple juice, honey, and cinnamon. So like
Oh,
I'll get like the canned pineapple, I'll blend everything up, and then I'll put it in like my homemade popsicle. So
mm.
not
I'll have to
only is
try
a
that.
fever reducer, but it has a little bit like immunity in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Pineapple is very, very good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very good. So I always try to make sure I have that in stock because if they don't want to eat anything, I'll try to give them pineapple if it's not the stomach bug.
Yeah.
Because that's really,
I'll
really
have to
good.
do that. I actually have to buy popsicle molds because we had some, but they got lost in the move somehow. So definitely need to get.
Dollar Tree has
Oh
decent ones.
yeah,
I got mine,
duh.
yeah. And they're like nice and huge too. I remember I made
Okay.
watermelon pops. They were really good.
Okay, let me add that to the list because I'm not trying to spend like $10 on Amazon.
No, don't do that.
Popsicle molds.
Let me see. What else do I have? Oh, Greek yogurt. I always have Greek yogurt at home, but that's one thing that they can have both
Mm-hmm.
on a stomach virus and when they're like sick because it's a probiotic.
Yeah, probiotics are so good for kids.
Which I Googled. Sourdough is what, probiotic or prebiotic? I
I don't
forget
know,
which one.
one of those, but
It has it's good for your gut. So
yeah.
ChatGPT was like, yeah, like you should have that on a regular basis because it's good for your gut, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm gonna say it's the sourdough that kept the stomach bug away from me. So best believe I'm like, I was eating sourdough bread this whole weekend too.
I love that.
I weighed myself on the scale and I was like, yeah, we gotta go hard in the gym today. It was like all those carbs.
Yeah.
It did something. Oh my god,
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
That is
What
so
else?
funny.
Oh, the brat diet. When you have the stomach virus, stick to the brat diet. Don't worry about them eating. Just stick to the brat diet because if it's gonna come out, you want it to be okay for them to come out.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So sticking to the brat diet, bread, rice, apples, banana, applesauce.
Yeah.
Keep it that way. But that's all the tips I have. Yeah,
I didn't have much.
I think the last one I have is obviously wash your hands constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, and also don't sleep in the same clothes you have during the day. Always change your clothes out because oh my gosh, and take a hot shower too. I did that like almost every night. I was like, I'm taking
for sure.
a hot, and when I say hot, I'm talking about like my skin was burning and now it's dry. A hot shower because you want. Oh, another tip: you need to toss out the toothbrushes. I don't care if you just restock them. Get new toothbrushes because that was another thing I did 2 years ago. I wasn't changing their toothbrushes after being like sick and they would constantly get sick until I found out like you should be tossing out their toothbrushes after they're like sick.
In regular though, like every few months you should
toss them. I do like every 3 to 6 months. It kind of depends on like what went on during those months. But
also we have I got it on Amazon, I believe. We have a UV holder that sanitizes them.
That's smart.
Every day it's like we just put it and
smart.
The little light goes on.
Was that expensive?
No,
it wasn't expensive.
No, let me see if it's still in stock. The one I got, it was not expensive, girl.
Okay, because that would be good. I would love that just to enhance.
You could mount it on the wall, but I think it comes with like a sticky adhesive thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here it is.
Because there are days where I'm like, sometimes like it falls on the floor and I'm like,
I'm gonna send it to you. It's on sale.
It's on sale.
It's on sale.
I love a good sale. No,
it's great. It's funny. I actually bought it exactly a year ago. Look at that.
That's hilarious. Look at that.
But really good tips.
I hope everyone stays happy and healthy for the remainder of winter.
Seriously.
Stay warm. Wash your hands.
We love you guys. Thank you for listening. We will catch you on the next one. Make sure to follow us on our socials if you aren't already on, I was going to say Twitter. What the? Whoa. That does not exist. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Love you
Yep.
guys. Bye.
Bye.